Everyone, and welcome to It's a Book and Party, where we celebrate different book characters and series and throw them a party. So this week, it's Harry Potter. Because Harry Potter's birthday is on July 31st, we thought this would be a perfect week to celebrate Harry Potter and the whole Harry Potter series. So why don't we go ahead and do a house quiz to find out which house we'd be in. We'll make our wand, we'll draw our own Patronus, we'll do some Harry Potter trivia, Cootie Catchers, and an owl craft. Let's get started. Alright, how about we see which house we would belong in if we were to have the sorting hat. So why don't you grab a paper and a pencil or a pen or something like that just so you can track your answers. You just have to track whether you put down A, B, C, or D to find out which house you belong in. Let's get started. Which class would you like most? A. Potions, B. Charms, C. Defense against the dark arts, or D. History of magic. 2. Which spell would you cast on yourself? A. Mind Reader, B. Fly, C. Invisible, or D. Strength. Which animal would you choose for your Hogwarts pet? A. Rat, B. Toad, C. Owl, or D. Cat. 4. Which flavor of Bertie Bott's beans would you prefer? A. Chocolate, B. Licorice, C. Strawberry, or D. Peanut butter. Question 5. Which position in Quidditch would you most like to play? A. Bludger, B. Keeper, C. Seeker, or D. Chaser. Six. What would you have done with Hagrid's dragon? A. Told Dumbledore, B. Raised the dragon yourself, C. Let it go, or D. Given it to the appropriate department at the Ministry of Magic. Question 7. If you had a portrait that guarded your room, what would it be? A. A snake, B. The knight, C. The fat lady, or D. A unicorn. Question 8. Who would you most like to turn into a toad? A. Hagrid, B. Professor Snape, C. Draco Malfoy, or D. You know who. Nine. What is your best quality? Smart, B. Loyal, C. Brave, or D. Kind. 10. What do you want to be when you grow up? A. An official for the Quidditch World Cup, B. A professor at Hogwarts, C. An Aurora, or D. A worker in the Ministry of Magic. Now it's time to add up your answers. So count how many times you gave the answer A, how many times you gave the answer B, how many times you gave the answer C, and how many times you gave the answer D. If you answered mostly A's, you would be in Slytherin House. If you answered mostly B's, you would be in Ravenclaw House. If you answered mostly C's, you would be in Gryffindor. And if you answered mostly D's, you would be in Hufflepuff. Please let us know in the comments which one you ended up being. All right, let's make our wand, because you can't be part of Harry Potter's world without a wand. So what I've done is taken a chopstick, Now you can also use a skewer or something like that. Just make sure you cut off the end so it's not pointy. You get a grown-up's help with that. Maybe even need to sand it down. Or you can roll up a piece of paper nice and tight and just tape it closed. Then what I did is I added some handle bits and markings with hot glue, and I painted it brown. Now mine's pretty plain, but you can also take some pipe cleaner and you can wrap it around to make it more interesting, and just decorate your wand however you'd like. Maybe yours has jewels on it. Maybe it has glitter. You can also take, if you have any metallic Sharpies, you can put them on top just to add some depth to your brown painted wand. But there's my wand. I hope you guys enjoy making yours. All right, let's draw our Patronus. So what I would suggest is having some black construction paper and a white piece of chalk. It's going to show up the best, but whatever you've got at home will work great. And now you just draw. So mine is a cat. And there we go. There's my Patronus, but you can see what your Patronus is. What can you draw? What would yours be? Trivia, you're going to go ahead and click the link below and do the Google form. Feel free to let us know not only how you did in the trivia, because we'd love to know how much Harry Potter knowledge you have. You can also share your results and your creations from everything else that we've done today. Tag us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at King Township Public Library, or email us at info@kinglibrary.ca. All right, so let's make our Harry Potter Cootie Catcher, which is also going to be another way to find out if we're in the right house. So there's two different ways in this program to find out which house you belong in. But first I'm going to cut out all along here to cut off all that extra white bit. I don't know if you guys have ever made Cootie Catchers, or sometimes they're called fortune tellers before. But they're actually really easy to make on your own if you wanted to start from scratch. All you have to do is start with a square piece of paper, and then I'll show you all the folds that you need to make. So there we go, nice and square. Now we're just going to fold it in half along this line. You should get a nice good crease. Unfold it, and now fold it in half on this line. Now you're going to unfold it, and I'm going to switch the way it folds just so I can see the lines and everything. So flip it. And now I'm going to fold it in half along this line. I'm going to reverse it just to make sure that it's a nice crisp fold. Sometimes it's even helpful to run a ruler across or something like that just to make it nice and good. And then we're going to fold it up. So we're going to fold it in half and in half. And then we've got these. We're going to fold them down. I'm going to fold this one down here. Fold this one like this. This. Go. And then you're going to make the folds here along those dotted lines. Mine's becoming a little bit wonky, but that's okay, it'll still work. So the lines are really useful for where to fold and how to fold. Fold this in, point in, this point in. You can see where it kind of messed up. You can see the white through. in and in. Kind of got your square shape back. And then fold it this way. Whoops. And this way. You guys are better at folding. It's very hard to fold on camera. Then you're going to put your fingers in here and on this side, and it's going to kind of pop up like that. So then you guys can ask each other which one they'd pick. So let's say I pick the snitch. That's number 5. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to look in and I'm going to pick seeker, which is 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm going to pick hat, which is 3. 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to pick Padfoot. So now I'll lift it up. And Padfoot is Gryffindor, brave at heart. You guys can keep doing that, playing with your friends, and you can also make your own. Once you get the hang of folding them, they're pretty easy to do. All right, let's make our owl craft. So what I've done is I've taken a toilet paper roll, or you can also cut a paper towel roll in half, and I've covered mine in brown construction paper because that's what color I'd like my owl to be. You can cover yours in any color you'd like, or you can even paint it or color it with a marker or crayon or something like that. But this is mine. Then I've got a hole punch here. If you don't, you can be super, super careful with an adult's help to make the holes. We're just going to put them in the bottom. One there and one on the other side. That. I've cut out a beak out of orange construction paper, and I've got my eyes I've made are yellow. And then I just drew in those black lines to give the eyeball some depth. So I'm going to glue those on. Put my eye here. I'm going to put my other eye here. Don't forget to make your eyeballs pretty big because owls are known for their big eyes. And then I'll glue on the beak. So there we go. It's already starting to look like an owl. But of course, an owl wouldn't be complete without feathers. So you can just kind of add feathers wherever you'd like. Let's do this. Whoops. Feathers are sticking more to my hands than to the thing. There we go. And then what you're going to do so it sticks on you is you're going to put your pipe cleaner through the holes that you've cut. And then you just wrap it around your waist. Just like that. Mine's missing a few feathers, but they weren't sticking so well for me. But there you go. That's how you make our owl craft. It was a lot of fun to celebrate Harry Potter. Did you guys have fun finding out what house you belong in, making your own wand, drawing a Patronus of your own? Did you ace the trivia? What about the Cootie Catcher and the owl craft? I hope you guys had fun, and thanks for joining us. Bye!